We have breaking news this evening out of Bala town ahead of the club's UEFA Champions League playoff against Basel. The club have announced a double signing. Now, for more on this story, we cross live to Chaz Hogan. Chaz, what can you tell us? Yeah, thanks, Nigel. Yeah, look, it's a double signing here this afternoon at Bala town. First off, young fullback Robert Malone. He joins on a free from Liverpool. But perhaps the more important signing of the two is Ruben Ferguson. Now, he joins on loan from Rangers for the season. Manager Aussie Villain has said that he's hopeful. He's found the man that will score in Europe for the club. I'm Chaz Hogan here at Bala town. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to Season 7, Episode 3 of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town. And today we are playing Basel of Switzerland in the Champions League playoff. Winner in the group stages, and we have more money than we can ever think of. Loser in the Europa League group stages. We have less money, but still just enough to get by. So it's not the end of the world if we lose today, but obviously we want to get back into that Champions League, don't we? Now, as you've just heard, we have made two signings, a free transfer and the loan of Ruben Ferguson here. You can see there we are paying a loan fee of 11 grand a month plus his wages, but I'm hopeful Ruben Ferguson is the answer to our goal-scoring problems in Europe. I think he's a really good player, to be honest. We're paying him, was it 3,700 a week plus the 11 grand to get that to what Rangers wanted. But physically, he's quite good. He's decent in the air. He's decent in the ground. He's got decent strength. He's got good teamwork, which means he should bring the rest of the team into play if that's what's needed. He's got good flair as well, so hopefully he can create himself a chance or two. Decent composure, decent finishing, decent dribbling, decent passing. I'm really, really hopeful this could be the man, at least for this season on loan, to get the job done for us. He's 19, he's got a little bit of growing to do as a player potential-wise. You can see he did play in the Scottish Premiership, 2 seasons ago now, got 16 goals. So again, I'm really, really hopeful that this could be the man to answer our goal-scoring questions in Europe. The other signing we got in was a free transfer from Liverpool, Roberto, he's not European, Robert Malone. Again, just a really good high-potential player. We probably won't see him in the first team this season. We probably will, but not as a regular. He was basically a signing of just opportunity. We're paying him 300 a week for the next, 2 years. Never got anywhere near Liverpool's first team, but he's one of those. He might come off, he might not, but we'll see how he does. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? £300 a week for a potentially 5-star player. We had to do it. So that is that. Now, there is one game to catch you up on since last episode. We have begun our Welsh Premiership defence. First game was against FM20. Let's see how we did. We took the lead when McGonigal slipped a pass in behind the defence. Allmark was pulled back, but Casey was on hand to finish the chance. And McGonigal pounced on a defensive error to get his first for the club before half-time. FM20 pulled one back with a cracker, but we held on for the 3 points. So there we go, 3 points on the board. We controlled the game, we dominated the game. Professor McGonigal, Les McGonigal, absolute star of the game, a goal and an assist. He was honestly running the show. It was really, really promising to see what he could do. It was not the strongest team based, of course, on the fact that we have this Champions League game coming up. Murphy played basically because he's suspended for the first leg, so it was a sort of bit of a no-brainer to play him. Casey got the other goal. Allmark didn't have a terrible game, wasn't particularly brilliant either, to be fair. But there we go, we got the 3 points on the board, which is what you like to see early days. And that's kind of where we stand. This is, of course, the episode today. We have got our Iron Brew third round tie at home to Glenavon. And I think we saw the Welsh League Cup third round tie there last episode. We have a quick look at the season preview here, though. We can see that obviously we are the favourites. New Saints are 4-1, so they're not too far back from us according to the bookies. But it's sort of bit of daylight back to the rest there. You can see the team of the season, the media dream team. It is Bala Town, which is excellent to see. Callum Connolly in there as a striker, which is interesting. But yeah, I mean, there's players I don't even consider first teamers like Grant that are in the team of the season. Rima Miles and Ruben Ferguson are our two players there to watch. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of your season preview. It's kind of as expected. You can see the league's reputation has risen by 7 places up to 58th. That may have something to do with our player value increases as well. Perhaps the fact that the league itself is more reputable now. But let's not waste any more time. I'm really nervous for this. Let's get to business against Basel. We are away from home, first of all. 3-1 away from home, not the worst. We've been far bigger odds than that. The coach's manager is Luis Suarez. It's not that one. It's a Spanish fitness coach who I think is just the only staff member they have. So hopefully that negatively impacts their ability to play football. We don't know too much about them. Of course, the Swiss League is not one that I have loaded up. So we're going into it blind, and we know how I love that. And this is a team that we're sending out. We're going to get a first look at Ferguson up top, but the team in the whole, it is Rima Miles in goal. It's Burke, Swift, Gosney and Sears as the back four. It's York and Lowry in midfield. It's Duffy Thomas. It's Dixon and Maurice. It's Ruben Ferguson up top. Gets thrown straight in the deep end. Let's hope he can swim. We've given Ferguson the number 9 shirt, so hopefully he'll live up to that reputation. We can see the way they're playing there. That's not too bad. It's a hope that kills you, isn't it? And we're so close. Gomez has got there and encouraged the team. Let's say we're the underdogs here. Let's go out and cause an upset. Some calm. We have faith. I think at this point, Bala are still a better club than us. You know, I think you'd still expect them to beat us. But, I mean, we're not a bad team anymore, are we? We do have some good players now. Here we go. Rima Miles with a goal kick out there for Connor Gosney. Just don't do anything stupid, boys. If we're going to lose, just make sure we lose because they're the better team. There's a good ball out there for Duffy Thomas. He's into the box. Can he get a ball to the back post? Duffy Thomas goes the... Oh, Duffy Thomas does it all himself. It's 1-0 after 5 minutes. We've got the away goal. And Duffy Thomas, first goal for the club. On loan, of course, from Swansea City. That was a little bit special. Dixon with the pass to pick out his run, and he's gone past his man like he wasn't even there, and then somehow he's managed to toe poke him at the near post. Done the keeper with his eyes. I thought there was players coming in. I thought maybe a ball across the box was the way to go. We've come straight back. It's the away goal though, so they can score now. Is that Tyrone Mings? It is Tyrone Mings. Oh, what a player he is. They can't undo our away goal. What they can do, of course, is level it up. But Rima Miles is there just to slap that over the post, or the bar, I should say. But maybe we've just angered the beast here. Corner comes in. It's away by Ferguson. Good first touch from him, and Duffy Thomas is going to retrieve that, but that will end the highlight. All right. We're alive in this tie. If we can take a lead back home, oh, you've got to think we're a chance then, don't you? There is a league game, I think it is coming up in between the two ties. I'll play through that and show you the highlights. Let's try to show some passion. We're looking a little bit nervous, which I don't love. Lowry in there. He's not played too many games for us. Free kick comes in. We know it's our Achilles heel in Europe. Well, not just in Europe, but it hurts us more in Europe because we have a hard time scoring goals. But that one goes over the bar, so that's fine. Let's show some passion here. Maurice. Can we get a second goal? Maurice, it's decent. It's there. It's in the back of the net by Ewan Dixon. 7th of the season already. What a season he is having. It's 2-0 away to Basel. What is going on? We've got a foot in the Champions League group stages here. A cracking ball in by Maurice. Dixon's there. Powers in the header. Let's tell him to concentrate. I've already told him to show some passion, haven't I? How close was it to offside? He's timed his run to perfection. And a really good header. I didn't know Ewan Dixon had that in his game. He's got decent jumping reach, decent heading. We saw it all there. Maurice again. Can we dream of 3? It's there for Duffy Thomas. Oh, he's lashed it over the bar, and that was a really, really good chance. Here we go again before half-time. Maurice with the ball. Back for York. Back to Maurice. To Lowry. Don't get closed down here, boys. We're keeping possession really, really well there, though, aren't we? There's a good ball over the top for Ferguson. Kenny Cappy's the boo with a goal. Ferguson, no. One thing we have done is we've lowered our tempo. I think that was letting us down in Europe in the past. So we've lowered that down. I tell you what, it's working an absolute charm, isn't it? There's the ball for Lowry, back for York. For Lowry, it's blocked, and Lowry again, and we've got 3 goals before half-time. We're 3-0 up. It's the first goal for the club now for Alex Lowry. And I think we're going to the group stage. We've absolutely destroyed Basel on their own patch in the first 45 minutes of this tie. And Lowry, 3rd time's the charm for him. 2nd time's the charm. He passed it the first time. So we'll call it a 3rd time because that's what I said. There we go. Excellent stuff. We're 3-0 up. No one saw that coming. And that is just a wonderful, wonderful thing. All right, assertively, boys, do not get complacent here. We can undo all our good work very, very quickly here. Let's just keep it calm. Keep it calm. We have faith in you, boys. You can go out there and do a good job. And this is excellent stuff. Now, do we have anybody on the bench we want to give game time to? No, now's not the time. Now is not the time to be giving game time to players, Aussie Villain, you idiot. All right, let's give it a demand more, and then I think we have to start praising them. A goal kick. Must be nice for the Basel keeper to pick up the ball when it's not coming out of his own net. Come on, can we get a tackle in there? We can't. Crossfield ball. Lowry wins it. Back for Dixon. Can Dixon pick out a run? He finds Duffy Thomas. Thomas, can he get a cross in? Rubens in the middle. He's there for Fergie. Fergie heads it and Fergie gets a debut goal. And this is dreamland now. It's 4-0 to Bala Town. We are going to win the Champions League. We're destroying Basel. We'll give them some praise after that one. This is wonderful stuff, and it's 4 away goals as well. Try as they might, they cannot undo the fact that we've scored 4 away goals. It's going to make our home tie that much more comfortable, having the insurance of knowing that effectively we can get away with a draw, unless things really do go wrong. But this is absolutely insane. Who knew lowering the tempo would make this much of a difference? Certainly not me. I would have done it long time ago. Gosney with the ball now for Lowry. Lowry picks out the run. No, he doesn't. But it's a bit of a loose header. No, it's not. It's a good header. And Basel keep possession. Tyrone Mings, our Lord and Saviour at Aston Villa, of course. Come on. Can we win this ball back, please? It looks like it might be a Basel highlight. Ojo goes back to Bakuna. Is that... I wonder if that's... what's his face from Villa? Landro Bakuna. There's a ball forward from Maurice. He picks out the run of Ferguson. Ferguson's looking good up there, isn't he? Can he keep the ball? He goes. Oh, it's wonderful stuff for Dixon. Can Dixon smash in a second? Ewan Dixon. It's a really good strike, and it's a good save as well. Ewan Dixon is developing. He just keeps getting better and better and better, doesn't he? He's getting to the point where Wales must surely be calling. 7 goals, and we're not even out of August yet. Absolutely wonderful stuff. York and Burke exchange passes. There it is for Lowry, and Lowry just over the bar. But what do we say? We'll give him some more praise. I think we just keep praising them at this point. We've got some bookings there. I do wonder if... do we have... So we don't really have someone that can play... No, we'd have to move one of the centre-backs out to play it right back. York wins that. But Ferguson can't quite get the ball forward. Keeps putting pressure on, though. Friedrich across to our Lord and Saviour. Friedrich there for Bakuna. I don't think it is Landro Bakuna. Anyway, there's a loose header. Burke picks that up. Can we pick out a run? He goes forward looking for Ferguson. Ferguson brings it down nicely. Ferguson, it's blocked away. Good block by the defender. Credit where it's due there. And let's just keep praising us. Maurice, can we get 5? It's back post. It's Gosney. It's right on the goal line. Somebody slide it in. The goalkeeper's there. And... unfortunately, it's not a goal, but this has been really, really good stuff. Let's get Casey on to give him a little bit of match sharpness. He was sort of the initial plan to play up front in Europe, but the way that this has gone, I think we've got our answer. I don't think we need to change anything. That has been an absolutely stunning first leg performance. 4-0 away from home to a very good Basel team. That was a very good performance, boys. Don't let it go to your heads, but it's certainly gone to mine. Young Bala Town shine against Basel. Ferguson scores on debut. A first goal for Lowry. Dixon just keeps banging them in. And that is just amazing. I really didn't see that coming. I've got to be honest, guys. Wait right there. We'll be back. I'll play through the Aberystwyth Town game in the league. And then we'll be back to hopefully secure our progress into the group stages. Oh, yeah, I like these ones. Excuse me, mate. How much is the black one? 150k. Hang on, mate. I gotta take this. Sorry. Hello? Dufford. How are you, mate? Good. Yeah. I'm just at the McLaren showroom picking up my new car. Relax, mate. Relax. We're in the Champions League group stages. I'll just build a club. Yes, we're not technically there yet, mate, but we're 4-0 up. Come on. Dufford, you just do your paperwork. You let me worry about the money, alright? Alright. I'll see you soon. I'll be right back, okay? Cool. Mate, is there a discount if I buy more than one? Okay, welcome back. Let's finish off the job here. We are 4-0 up at home. Somehow, Bal, I'm assuming that's just for the night of face. Still favourites for this one. But, yeah, let's face it. We're pretty much there, aren't we? Now, before we get to this game, there was one to catch you up on in the Welsh Premier League against Aberystwyth Town. Let's go see how we did. We took the lead when McGonigal picked out Allmark in space. And doubled our lead on the stroke of half-time when Mullenstein found Owen Casey in the box. Before Kieran Topley got a third after the break. So there we go, a comfortable win. It was a completely rotated team. No one that played in this one played in the either game against Basel. Good performance. Allmark with a goal. Casey and Topley as well. Dan Williams came in to play midfield and did quite well. That's sort of exactly the sort of role or reason that I wanted to keep him, was to come in games like this and just get the job done, which he did. McGonigal continues to look an absolute star, one of the academy kids. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit concerned about the attributes going in the wrong way, but he's a box-to-box midfielder. He's a natural at it. He just doesn't know it yet. He thinks he's a Mazzella. He's not. He's box-to-box. But yeah, really, really good stuff. Yeah, Topley did well playing as a defender again, which is good. Obviously, after the loss of Gredison, which we weren't necessarily counting on. And as far as the league table's concerned, we're still right there, two from two. The New Saints have won their 3 games, but we played them very shortly in the league, and I'd like to think we can put a little bit of a spanking on them. But right now we are worried about the Champions League, and we know roughly what to expect from them because we saw it last time, and that was not much. We're a much better team than them apparently, but you can see here we do now have Darren Altus report. You can see that's how they played. We knew that was how they played. Positional heat map, we can see there their passing network and key passes as well. This is the team that we're sending out. Now, we're not risking anybody on a booking. So Sam York and Michael Stewart, who probably wouldn't have played anyway, to be honest. But Sam York, just the fact is that he's 1 game away from suspension. I'm relatively confident we'll see this out without him. I don't think he's going to be the difference maker. So Rima Miles comes in to play goalkeeper, or he continues in goal. It's Burke, Swift, Gosney and Sears, same back 4. Lowry comes in to play as a deep line playmaker. He's more than capable of playing that role. And Murphy comes back in after his suspension to play next to him. It's going to be Duffy, Thomas, Dixon and Maurice. I kept faith with those guys. I thought about putting in Connolly down the right, but he did the job, didn't he, Thomas? So he stays in, and Ferguson continues up top. So there we go, everybody is playing the same way again. Let's hope we get some sort of similar result here. Gomez says challenge pick up where they left off. I'm going to say first leg means nothing now. Make sure we go out there and win this one. That seems to have worked. Look at that team talk from Aussie Villain. Go on, son. All right. And here we go. We are 90 minutes away. It's whether we're going to still be in the qualification position at the end of this 90 minutes. If we were to go through, there'll be a group stage draw at the end of the episode. If not, there'll be a Europa League group stage draw, I guess. So we'll have a draw of some description. But if it's not Champions League at this point, I think we'll all be very, very deflated, won't we? There's a good ball in. Ferguson's there. Second time of asking, a cracking save from their goalkeeper. How did he keep that out? So unlucky for Ferguson. Gosney keeps possession there, but that ends the highlight. Now, Gosney did come a bid from Charlton Athletic, about $250,000. He didn't want to go. We didn't want to sell him. So that just kind of resolved itself. So that's good. Tyrone Mings, our Lord and Saviour, has picked himself up a booking there. We've asked for a little bit more. Highlight begins with Sears. Dixon back to Gosney. Back over to Sears. Can he pick out a run? Where's Duffy Thomas in front of him? He picks out Ferguson instead. Go on, Fergie. Can he get a second goal? Ferguson, no. Another good save from the keeper. Mings, as ever, on the spot to clear away the danger. And we have a corner. Thomas, back post, headed away. Lowry's going to retrieve it on a booking as well. Hopefully, he won't get himself sent off. Nice little backheel flick. Look at that for Swift. And that ends the highlights. This is fine. The longer they go without scoring, the more difficult it gets for them. Duffy Thomas now, can he get across into the box? He goes past his man. It's a good ball. Maurice was at the back post. Can't quite get to it. Murphy retrieves the loose ball. He exchanges passes with Lowry. Goes back to Lowry again. Lowry turns. A poor pass on that occasion. And are we going to pay a price for that? Maybe we do need Sam York in there. Come on, boys. Keep your shape. Keep your shape. Crossfield ball, easy for Sears, knocks it down for Gosney. Gosney goes back to Rima Miles. Just get rid, mate. It's becoming a long old highlight, this isn't it? Swifty has it. Forward to Lowry. Lowry, that's a better pass. Looking for Maurice. Can't hang on to possession though. Are we just trying to be a little bit too creative here? Murphy knocks it down there for Dixon. Can Dixon thread a ball? He goes back to Murphy. This is good. Thomas. Thomas is in. Duffy Thomas! Duffy Thomas gets his second of the tie. His second of the season. The second of the club for that matter as well. We're 5-0 up now in aggregate. 1-0 on the night. Doesn't change too much. Well, it does. I guess they need a 5th goal now, doesn't it? But if they're going to get back into this tie, we're going to be on the end of a spanking. And you get the feeling that the 1 goal may not make a difference. But that's 1-0 at the break. Let's tell them to concentrate. Make sure we still have this lead at half-time, please, boys. And there it is. We've dominated the tie. We've dominated that half of football. And we are 45 minutes away from a return to the Champions League group stages. Assertively, boys, do not get complacent. Gosney, do not get yourself sent off, mate. Lowry, do not get yourself sent off. Lowry's looking a little bit stressed. I wonder if maybe we look to bring Topley on to play in that role. We'll see how Lowry responds after the break. Yeah. I mean, he's capable. He's a very capable player. It's not like I think he's out of his depth necessarily. Well, no more than the rest of the squad is anyway. But I just wonder, as a more defensive midfielder, that's a poor pass. Maurice is there, but unfortunately, we can't keep possession after he wins the head-up. Can we stop a cross coming to the box here, please? What we don't really want to do is give him a way back into the game early in the second half. Not a way back into the game, but a bit of hope, I guess. But luckily, that wasn't to be there. Let's demand a little bit more. Lowry's not having a great game, so I think we might call it on him. Let's get Topley on. Topley can play as a deep liar, can't he? Okay, central midfielder then on defend. Perfect. That works for me, mate. Anything else you want to do? Davies for Maurice, perhaps? It's maybe a little bit too early for that just yet. We'll give him some praise next shout. Oh, that's demand more. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry, boys. All right, let's get Davies on now for Maurice. Give the youngster a chance. Dixon's not had a great game, but I think we might just leave it. It's been a very, very flat second leg, hasn't it? It's the sort of game where I think both teams really knew it was over. We'll give him some praise. That's fired him up. Can we go and get a second goal? Sears throws it in for Murphy. Back to Sears, back to Murphy. Crossfield ball there for Topley. What can he do? Spreads it there for Burke. Can he get a cross into the box? He can back post. It's Duffy Thomas, and Duffy Thomas has his third of the tie, second of the night. And if there was any doubt, boys, that's it done. We are into the group stages of the Champions League for just the second time. The money that will bring, we'll be able to go and upgrade the training facilities again now, which is brilliant. Yeah, and I feel like this time we'll go into the group stage not completely out of our depth. I feel like we might be a chance of... can we get that away? We can't. They get one back, which is a little bit annoying. 6-1 just doesn't quite look as good. But there you go. We'll give it a show some passion. I've already hit something. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I feel like we go in maybe with a little bit more of a hope this time than last time. So... you know, could we be even seated third in a group, you know, in the seedings? We'll find out very shortly here. But yeah, as like I say, I think we have a chance of competing this time. Not necessarily even to get out of the group, but last time, you know, we really were just outclassed for the most part. I think we managed a point, didn't we, against Shakhtar? But there we go. Job done. 2-1 on the night, 6-1 on aggregates. Excellent, excellent stuff. Bala Town win the Champions League playoff. First leg triumph helps us pass. Duffy Thomas is an absolute god. 2 goals. Excellent stuff, mate. And there it is. £13.13 million in the bank. That helps the finances out. We're good to go again. We can spend this 11 million now. Maybe we go and buy a big player. No, we don't need to upset the squad like that. But there we go. That secures our financial future for the next few years as well. Guys, wait right there. We've got a group stage draw coming up next. Who are we going to get? When's Manchester City getting here? Well, tell me, mate. I'm Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist here at the red carpet ahead of the UEFA Champions League group stage draw, and I'm joined by Bala Town manager Aussie Villain. And Aussie, you must be delighted to be here. Yeah, look, thanks, Chaz. I mean, look, it's not our first time at the dance. You know, we've been here before. We've shown against Basel what we can do to teams. That result sent shockwaves around Europe. So, you know, teams, they kind of fear us now. We've hit the big time. It's time to act like it and enjoy these moments. And here we go, Champions League group stage draw. We are still seeded 4th, which is a little bit of a shame. How close are we to being out of that? No, we're way down there. Yeah, 43 coefficient points is the top, so we've got 34. So we're not the worst, which is nice. Shakhtar, how is we ahead of Schalke in the coefficient points? It goes to show just being in Europe regularly can really, really help out. All right, so let's have a look here. The teams in pot 1 behind my head here. We have Manchester United, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Lazio, Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain, Porto, and Benfica. Now, remember, we have to play one of these teams. I think one of the Portuguese teams. I mean, thankfully, it doesn't really matter who we get. We'll just skip through it as quickly as possible till we get to our pot. Pot 2, Manchester City, Liverpool, Inter, Lyon, Real Madrid, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, and Dortmund. The second pot is stronger than the first pot, and I don't even think that's like an arguably. It just is. That is absolutely insane. So let's see. Group A is looking like a decent one, isn't it? So is Group C. They're the ones that you want, I think. The other ones, yeah, you want to... We'll get Group G almost for sure, won't we? Chaz will be happy if we get Manchester City. The third pot here, we have Napoli, Lille, Leverkusen, Lokomotiv Moscow, Celtic Ajax, Red Bull Salzburg, and Shakhtar. Yeah, I mean, ideally, I think you'd like to avoid maybe Leverkusen. We played them, didn't we, last year, and got a bit of a hiding from them. Group A, I think but Red Bull Salzburg's a good team. Now, is Group C going to be ruined for us? Kind of. We know what we get against Leverkusen, though. And so we'll just have to wait and see. Now, the other teams in that group, Besiktas, Galatasaray, Real Sociedad, and ourselves behind my head. Then we've got Copenhagen Rangers, Dinamo Zagreb, and Schalke, as we can see there. We can't get any of these teams. If I'm looking at this, I think Group A is maybe not as easy as it looks, or not easy, but not as good as it looks, because Red Bull Salzburg are a good team. Could we beat Celtic? I don't know if we could, if we're thinking about getting parachuting down into the Europa League. Group C looks decent-ish as far as Champions League groups go. I don't know if we could beat Lille to third. Maybe Group E. Lazio certainly the weakest, I think. One of the weakest of the top seed teams. Real Madrid would be a nightmare. Could we maybe take something off Ajax? We know that we can take something off Shakhtar when we were a worse team, so maybe Group F. But I'd fear for us against Paris Saint-Germain. We don't want Group G. That's almost certainly the one we'll get. And could we get something off Lokomotiv Moscow? Maybe Group H for third in the group. But let's sit back now and see who we get. Is it Group A? No, it's not. Group B? No, it's not. Group C, which we would take, it's not. Group D, we'd rather not. Maybe we don't get that one. Group E would be okay. We get Group E. Okay, so we do have Real Madrid. Tough, bordering on terrifying, but Lazio and Ajax. Now, I'm not saying we're going to get out of the group, but I'm saying we're a chance. We just might be a chance. We'll do well not to finish bottom of the group, and any points we get, obviously, will be a bonus for the money that we get out of those. But let me know what you think in the comments. How are we going to get on in this group? Real Madrid, I'm scared about. The other two, I'm still a little bit scared. It could go wrong, but is Ajax that much better than Bala? I don't know if they are. Is Lazio that much better than Bala? Possibly. But it'll be interesting to see anyway. Well, that's our group stage draw done. We know what our European fate is. And we will be back next time to begin that European fate. Where are we here? We will be playing away to Real Madrid. A baptism of fire, some might say. Wow. So that'll be next episode. We'll start off with Clonelli at home in the Premier League. And then we'll go off to Real Madrid. Bala Town at the Bernabeu. Whoever thought you'd see that? Take care.